The React 19 Suspense Image Gallery application opens, displaying a centered heading reading React 19 Suspense Image Gallery. Initially, the gallery grid is visible with several placeholder skeleton cards filling the image slots. These skeletons gently animate, indicating that content is loading and providing a stable, visually consistent layout, while images are not yet available. After a brief moment, the gallery begins to populate. As each image finishes loading, its real content smoothly fades in and replaces the corresponding skeleton placeholder, demonstrating the seamless, lazy loading behavior enabled by React 19 Suspense. The gallery layout is responsive, with image cards arranged in a grid and spaced evenly. Scrolling down the page reveals additional rows of images. As new rows enter the viewport, their skeleton placeholders appear first, followed by the actual images, maintaining the illusion of instant feedback and reducing perceived wait times. This process repeats as the user continues to scroll, with images loading just in time and each one transitioning in only when fully decoded and ready, ensuring visual stability and performance. Throughout the gallery, all successfully loaded images display with sharp clarity and maintain their intended aspect ratios. If an image fails to load instead of a broken image icon or layout disruption, a custom error fallback UI is displayed in its place. This fallback consists of a card with a clear message, "Image failed to load," ensuring the user experience remains polished and robust even in the face of loading errors. The error card stands out visually and remains interactive, drawing attention to the failed state without harming the overall gallery layout. Interacting with the gallery, such as scrolling up and down, demonstrates the fine-grained suspense boundaries. Only the images entering view or awaiting load show skeletons or fallbacks, while others remain fully interactive and visible. Rapidly scrolling through the gallery reveals how the lazy loading adapts to user navigation, with skeletons and images transitioning fluidly according to what the user sees. Returning to the top of the gallery and scrolling again highlights the responsiveness and stability of the grid. Even with quick navigation, the transition between skeletons, loaded images, and error fallbacks remains smooth and visually consistent, showcasing the power and reliability of React 19 Suspense for building lightning-fast, user-friendly image galleries. This is the main application entry point, which sets up the global suspense boundary for the gallery, providing a large skeleton fallback while the gallery grid loads asynchronously. The app component imports and renders the gallery grid component inside a suspense boundary. The fallback is a large skeleton image, ensuring users see a placeholder while the gallery data and images are being fetched and decoded. This structure ensures a smooth user experience by coordinating all async resources declaratively at the top level. This file implements the gallery grid component, which lays out the image gallery using a CSS grid and coordinates suspense boundaries for each image. Each image is rendered inside an error boundary and its own suspense boundary, enabling fine-grained fallback and error handling per image. The grid uses map over the images array, displaying either the loaded image or a skeleton image placeholder as the fallback for each item. This component is responsible for rendering individual images. It utilizes a resource cache and the create image resource abstraction to suspend rendering until the image asset is fully loaded and decoded. The component calls imageResource.read, which throws a promise if the image is still loading, triggering suspense. Once loaded, it renders the final image with smooth styling and transitions. This file provides the create image resource abstraction, which turns image loading into a suspense-compatible resource. It creates a new image and exposes a read method. If the image is pending, it throws the promise, suspends. If loaded or errored, it returns or throws the result, respectively. This enables declarative asset loading in React 19. Skeleton image provides a visually engaging placeholder for images while they load. It uses a gradient background and a CSS animation to create a shimmering effect. improving perceived performance and reducing layout shift. The component is parameterized by width and height to align with the final image size. Error boundary catches errors thrown during image loading or rendering within its subtree. If an image fails to load, it displays a fallback message instead of breaking the entire gallery, ensuring robust error handling alongside Suspense. This file exports the gallery's image data array. Each object contains an ID, alt text, source image, and a thumbnail, useful for advanced fallback UIs. This data drives the rendering of the gallery grid and can be extended for additional metadata. The main entry point for the React application, rendering the app component into the root DOM node, and wrapping it with React strict mode for highlighting potential problems. This CSS snippet provides styling for the skeleton shimmer effect and ensures skeletons visually match the gallery images, preventing layout shifts and improving perceived loading performance. This is the project's package JSON, listing all dependencies, including React 19, React DOM, Vite for development, Jest, and testing library for tests. The scripts section provides commands for starting the dev server, building for production, and running tests. Ever clicked on a photo gallery and found yourself staring at empty boxes, slow-loading images, or jarring layout shifts? In today's fast-paced web, users expect instant, seamless visual experiences, especially when browsing high-resolution image galleries on portfolio sites, e-commerce shops, or social feeds. If your gallery lags or feels clunky, users leave, engagement drops, and your core web vitals take a hit. In this tutorial, you'll unlock the power of React 19's Suspense, a game-changing feature that lets you build lightning-fast image galleries with smooth, lazy loading and visually appealing fallback UIs. You'll learn exactly how to make images load only when needed, keep your UI responsive and visually stable, and deliver an experience that feels instant, even when dealing with hundreds of photos or slow network conditions. By the end, you'll understand how Suspense can defer rendering until images are truly ready, how to design beautiful placeholders that eliminate layout jumps, and how to handle errors gracefully if images ever fail to load. These skills aren't just technical upgrades, they directly translate to better engagement, higher SEO rankings, and happier users. If you're serious about building next-generation web apps, mastering React 19 Suspense is a must. Stay ahead of the curve by subscribing now, so you never miss our deep dives into the most impactful React features, best practices, and performance optimizations. Let's dive in and transform the way you build image galleries, starting right now. React Suspense in version 19 introduces a dramatically different paradigm for handling asynchronous image loading in web applications. Imagine a theater where the curtain only rises once every actor is in their place and ready to perform. Traditionally, developers painstakingly coordinated the arrival of each asset, images, scripts, data, imperatively, often leading to awkward pauses, visible flashes, or incomplete displays. With Suspense, React acts as the director, orchestrating the show so that, for any given scene of your gallery, the audience either sees the final picture or an elegant placeholder while the stage is being set. This is achieved through the Suspense boundary, a wrapper that intercepts components waiting on an asynchronous operation. When a gallery image requests a high-res photo, it can signal, "I'm not ready," prompting Suspense to display a fallback, such as a shimmering skeleton card. Once the image is loaded and decoded, Suspense seamlessly transitions to the final image, just as a spotlight elegantly shifts focus on stage. This approach is fundamentally declarative. Developers specify what should happen while waiting and when ready, and React handles the choreography. The result is a user experience where slow networks or heavy images never break the illusion of speed and polish. Lazy loading in the context of React 19. Suspense can be likened to just-in-time manufacturing, where resources are only delivered precisely when needed. eliminating waste and unnecessary delays. In classic image galleries, all assets would often be requested at once, resulting in congestion, longer initial load times, and excessive data consumption, especially on mobile devices or with large photo sets. By leveraging Suspense, each image acts as its own just in time resource. The component requests its image only when required for rendering, such as when it enters the user's viewport or a specific section of the gallery becomes visible. React's resource abstraction ensures that while an image is still on its way, a visually consistent placeholder holds its spot, preventing layout shifts and preserving the grid's shape. This method not only optimizes bandwidth and rendering performance, but also aligns perfectly with user expectations. Images appear to load instantly as the user browses. Suspense's declarative fallback UI further removes the need for intricate state management or manual event listeners, allowing developers to focus on the user experience rather than the mechanics of resource management. The gallery, therefore, becomes as responsive and efficient as a well oiled assembly line, delivering content at the exact moment of need. Now you've unlocked how React 19 Suspense transforms image galleries into lightning fast, visually seamless experiences. With what you've learned, you can build galleries that load images only when needed, delight users with smooth skeleton fallbacks, and handle errors gracefully, all without tangled, imperative code. Imagine the impact. Users enjoy blazing performance and instant feedback, while you gain maintainable, future proof architecture that scales to any project: portfolio sites, e commerce, newsrooms, or massive media libraries. Ready to take it further? Experiment with fine grained suspense boundaries, optimize caching, or add blurred thumbnail placeholders for even snappier UX. And if you want to stay ahead with the latest React best practices, like advanced lazy loading, asset streaming, and real world implementations, make sure to subscribe. Each video is crafted to give you practical, actionable skills that dramatically accelerate your learning curve, so you can confidently deliver standout user experiences and boost your value as a developer. Dive deeper, build smarter, and let your React projects set the bar for performance and polish. Keep exploring. Your next breakthrough is just a lesson away.